Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Masculine men learn and get stronger from adversity. Look, I'm gonna tell you what, there's a whole lot of talk about masculinity and everything, and I've started doing these Masculine Friday videos and everything. One thing, you're going to have adversity. Any man is going to have adversity in life. I wish it was easy to the point, but no one has it easy. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care, because they still got to deal with some personal issues. Something's going to come up. That's this whole thing about even being alive. It's going to be a challenge. You're going to have challenges, especially as a man. But see, the thing with a masculine man ain't going to let your stuff happen to him. A masculine man is going to learn from adversity and then get stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You survived it. You should learn from it, but you have to learn from it. That's very important. Ain't nothing wrong with going through the stuff you're going through. It's going to happen. I don't care what it is. It's going to happen. Are you learning from it? Are you learning from it so you don't repeat the mistakes? You don't go through it again? Are you getting stronger? Because whatever you did to get through the adversity the first time, when it hits again, you should be like, or at least you should be like, okay, I can deal with it. And then the third time, boom. Then when it happens another time, you ain't even noticing it because you done did what you did as a masculine man, so it won't happen again. That's how you have to be. That's how you have to be. But see, sometimes you got too many males out there, and I emphasize the word males because they ain't very masculine. Instead of doing what they got to do, instead of learning, instead of growing stronger, they complaining. They like, oh, woe is me. This is happening to me. No, if it happens to you, I don't care what it is. It could be losing a job. It could be losing a job. It could be in a position where you can't get the work. You could have jacked up credit. You might be fired from some jobs. The business you work for might go out of business. All of that's adversity. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? Because I've said it, shoot, I've been virtually homeless before. Virtually. Luckily, I had a friend I could stay in a friend's basement for a couple months. Luckily. And I do mean the word luckily. That's the closest, but even then it was still tough. I told you, there was a time when I was leaving, when I had gotten some jobs, I had like one undershirt, one regular shirt, some pants, and some couple pairs of shoes. So, I had to come home. I had to wash all that, iron it and stuff so I could wear it the next day. I have no shame in saying that. Now, I got more shirts than I know what to do with. Got more shirts than I know what to do with, more pants, more shoes and everything. But there was a time. And this is when I had a business going. I talked about the time I had to get a job because I wasn't making enough with the business, and I actually went out there, hit the pavement, and then had 2 jobs. And I always joke about having 1,000 jobs, but see, one of the things with that is I can always do something. If doing these videos don't work out, I still got something, because I've been through that adversity. I learned from it. Even on YouTube, I remember when I was still working a full-time job and I was thinking, okay, I'm making enough from YouTube. I getting that AdSense money, which you can make a lot from. I was like ready to roll. But then all of a sudden they had that ad apocalypse. This was back in 2017. I remember March 2017. They all of a sudden they had that ad apocalypse. People weren't making as much. I wasn't making as much at first. So I had to stay on that job a few more months. But I learned from that. Now I got multiple streams of income coming in, I learned from that. Plus there was some other stuff happening. That's why I got multiple channels, multiple platforms. I learned from that adversity. You have to be, that's how you gotta be going through life. It could be a bad relationship. I talked about that this week. You gotta learn from it. So it's like, oh, okay, well, this is what I did to get even in this situation. That's adversity. I gotta learn from it and move on to be stronger. Yeah, I was with that disrespectful woman. Okay, I gotta learn from that so that don't happen again. You know? And see, you got every time something bad happens, it's not a bad thing, it's a lesson. You gotta look at it and say, yeah, I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson. You know, and you know, a lot of guys come on here, you know, want to know about man against woman. That's why I say you gotta go out there. I talked about that this week as well. You gotta go out there. Cause you can listen to somebody else all day, read all the books, all that stuff. You the one gotta go out there and do something. You can't sit back and talk about it. You gotta figure out what works. You gotta figure out your best shot, your best game. You gotta do it. You know, and if you're dealing with some bad women, that's adversity. You gotta learn from it. So you're not in that position again. And you know, and that's what we need. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what, there's a lot of stuff out here that's seemingly going against masculinity. You know what I'm gonna say to that? Fuck that. That's why I don't really talk about gynocracies and all of that. You know? Because you know why? Because as men, women can only do what we allow them to do. And if we say we're not gonna be bothered with it, well, shoot, we're not gonna be bothered with it. You know? We're going to learn from it. We're going to do our thing regardless of what's out here. You got many men who, despite everything, because the media don't control you, the greatest society, if you're going to stand up like a man, you're going to stand up like a man. Nothing can stop you. Nothing. I don't care if somebody don't like it. They just don't like it. This is your life. You're going to live your life. And you're going to learn. You're going to learn from mistakes. You're going to learn from bad situations. You're going to learn from adversity. But when you do, you will get stronger. And, you know, I got to emphasize that. Because, you know, this is your life. Ultimately, this is your life. Ultimately, I can throw out all the stuff. I can talk about whatever. But you're the one who has to enact stuff. You're the one who knows what's going on in your life. And you gotta like say, you know what, I ain't gonna put up with this crap. Because that's what a lot of stuff is. And you don't have to. Once you learn how to deal with it the first time, then you know what to do the second time. You know, I love when like new stuff happens. It's like, oh, okay, I know how to deal with this now. I know what to do now. You know, it could be something small and you just learn what to do with it. Then when it happens again, it's like, doo-doo, boop, bump. Yeah, okay. Ain't no shame in learning. Ain't no shame in falling either. Ain't no shame in it. Because we all gonna fall. It's a matter if we're gonna get back up. If we're gonna get back up and do what we're going to do. If we're gonna learn from why we fell, why we were in that hole and stuff, and then get stronger. Yeah, go ahead. You can throw me in a hole. First of all, my first thing is, okay, how do I allow this person to throw me in a hole? But then I'm gonna climb out that hole and that put myself in a position where that person can come back or any other person can throw me in that hole. I want y'all to think about that, all right? I want y'all to think about that. So, yeah, if you a masculine man, you're gonna learn and get stronger from adversity. And if you don't, or if you can't, well, you need to look in the mirror, all right? And you need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, how come you're not getting stronger from what's happening to you? You need to work on your masculinity, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.